But, Mama, why am I the only one that didn't get a gift?
You're just as special as anyone else in this family.
Too traumatic.
You just healed my hand with an arepa con queso.
I'm not my father. He was the explorer.
I know you were just a kid when you went missing, but now
Too
you're all we got.
nothing.
Mr. Clade, I'm a huge fan of your dad. Do you think you could forge his autograph?
What? Valentino, don't eat that!
It didn't work. When does the magic happen, huh?
Too traditional.
I am talking. Ha! Who knew my voice would be this low?
100 years of storytelling, huh? Oh boy, which would be my favorite? So then we move on to Encanto.
All right, Encanto. It also came out in 2021.
Yeah.
November, which is a lot better.
Yeah. It's so weird because I imagine it being a 2022 movie, but
I know it's a 2021 movie.
yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah, I watched it I think I watched it in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I really enjoy this movie. I enjoy it way more even than Frozen 2. I mean, the music's great, except for a few things. You can definitely tell that Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music in this movie.
He went nuts.
He really went sicko mode.
Yeah.
He went un poco loco, if you will.
Yeah.
But I mean, I say you can tell he made the music, not as a compliment.
Yes.
Because I think Lin-Manuel Miranda is best whenever you can't tell that he made the music.
How do we feel about him staggering counter melodies on top of one another?
Honestly, I don't hate it. The final part of, isn't it, We Don't Talk About Bruno?
Yep.
That final part, I mean, I think it fits thematically with the fact that this family is on totally different pages at all times.
Yeah. And in that moment, they're really anxious about getting Isabella her hubby.
Yeah, they're really anxious about preparing for this proposal dinner, yet Mirabel is trying to find out okay, why don't we talk about Bruno? What happened with Bruno? And then the family has all of these different ideas about who Bruno was, what he was actually like. And I don't know, it feels so good.
Mm-hmm. It definitely was correct to put a song there.
Yes.
It's like fucking no shit. Like, wasn't it nominated for an Academy Award?
I mean, probably. I mean, this movie was made to be a musical.
Yes,
this
absolutely.
is a musical movie, and I think it deserves it. It is one of those things where you have to set aside your suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to you have to kind of do that because again, this is people randomly bursting out into song and doing choreography. But
also they fix their traumas through song.
Yes, they do fix their traumas through song. But also, some of it is diegetic and some of it's non-diegetic, I believe, right?
Yes.
Because I know Mirabel's number...
Oh, Waiting on a Miracle.
Yeah, Waiting on a Miracle. That one's non-diegetic because, of course, she's not walking slow motion through all of these people.
That would be pretty cool, though. That's her secret
would be
power.
Cool. But that one's obviously non-diegetic. But, songs like La Familia Madrigal or... I believe even what's her sister's song?
Surface Pressure.
That one is also diegetic because you literally see how it affects the world around them. But I mean, obviously not all of it is because she's obviously not flying.
No. She's not tripping out.
No. But I mean, at least part of it is diegetic. And so you have to kind of suspend your disbelief for that.
Yeah. Also, I do believe that's the weakest song on the list.
Surface Pressure for me is also the weakest song.
Yeah.
Do I enjoy it? Yes, I still enjoy it.
It's fine.
I'm a person who likes that kind of music. So
You
I
like
like it.
a bit of reggaeton in your pop music?
Yeah, I'm a fan of reggaeton. But again, I'm a person with a very eclectic music taste. So honestly, all of the songs kind of scratch my brain just a little bit. Honestly, my favorite is La Familia Madrigal, and then my second is We Don't Talk About Bruno, just because I do like the layering of the different perspectives.
I have a hard time figuring out what my favorite is.
I mean, it's hard because like there are a lot of good songs.
For the time being, I think it'll be What Else Can I Do? But that is
Mhm.
partly because I've heard a mashup of that song with No Tears Left to Cry.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There was also one that where they did I think it was Baby One More Time with We Don't
That
Talk About Bruno.
would be really funny.
Yeah, it was really good. I like these songs, but because there's so much going on, it feels kind of messy.
I don't know. I kind of like for some reason in this movie I feel like it works just because there's a method to the mess.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the music honestly matches really well to the family and the fact that they're also a mess.
Yes.
They're this family that have been protecting this valley for generations. They have to put on this facade of perfection, but they're not perfect. They're actually deeply toxic towards each other. They have deep rooted traumas of multiple things, like either because, like, Abuela, her husband died, like, right in front of her, and they needed a new home.
Yeah, there's a very, very soft allegory for immigration in this movie.
Well, doesn't it references real historical events?
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's like it's referencing a real civil war that happened in Colombia. Yeah, so it happened from 1899 to 1902.
Do the character designs bear that out?
I don't know exactly how long
Because
after
I was just wondering
the
because, especially like Mirabelle's blouse, it does make me think about those peasant dresses that were very popular in like the 1940s with like the good neighbor policy and stuff like that.
yeah, I can see that. But I mean, yeah, this does like deal with like very real historical events and how that trauma can affect, just one family. Like how Abuela, she does care about her children and grandchildren, but because of, her need to keep everybody safe, it fetters down into thinking like into making everyone feel that they're inadequate because they feel like they'll never be good enough for her. And of course, Isabella, she gets it the worst of all because she's like, isn't she the eldest? I think she's the eldest. The eldest
I
like
thought Louisa
granddaughter.
was.
Um, sorry, I'm looking up things.
I'll probably have to do the same thing for the next movie, so you're good.
Yeah. Madrigal family tree.
Let's do this. I guess while you're looking that up, I'll go ahead and say that I think the big thing that you're touching on is that I think this is the most personal movie of this era.
Yes. I mean, this entire movie is about a family.
Yeah. It's very intimate.
Yes. Okay, Luisa is the oldest.
Yes, got
I
it.
think so. At least I think so. Oh, no.
No?
She's the middle daughter.
Really?
So Isabella is the oldest and Mirabel is the youngest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Isabella is the first. Yeah, that makes sense because she's the firstborn. So she's the one who bears the brunt of having to like, marry up or marry good.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so that makes sense. And then of course on the other side you have Dolores, Camilo and Antonio.
Yeah, yeah,
Um but they don't matter.
yeah.
Isabella has this whole thing where like she has to be perfect because who else will be? She's
Yeah.
the one with like the prettiest power And she feels all this pressure also because of how Bruno's prediction was interpreted.
Yeah. This is the one movie that I'm going to put in the mushes tier.
Yeah, I'm putting it in S tier. I could talk about this movie more, but we should move on.
Yes. Yeah. All right. And then we move on to Strange World.
Strange World. Yeah, another movie that I watched for the first time. Again, I literally didn't know this thing existed until I was told about it. I feel like I don't have a lot of thoughts on it. Kind of like Raya, it's just kind of this movie that like I watched. I wouldn't watch it again. I did like the family dynamics. I thought that was fun.
Mm-hmm. What's the dad's name again?
I have such a bad memory with names.
Wasn't it Searcher Clade?
Searcher Clade, yeah.
Okay, great.
The guy played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Yes,
Searcher Clade.
yes. I just wanted to know because he is very much a beta, but I would also smash.
Yeah. I don't know. This movie, it's mid. It's mid.
Yeah.
It's another, family movie meant for families.
Yes.
With small children.
Would you consider this a 4-quadrant movie?
Remind me what that means?
It means a movie that can appeal to children, like boys, girls, women, and men, I believe.
I guess so. I think this would be a quadrant movie. Yeah, I think definitely.
Because I honestly don't know. I don't know if all 4 would.
I just don't know if I have a lot to say about this movie. Again, it's just like it's just there.
Yeah.
If I had to babysit a small child, I would probably put it on. But that's like the only context that I would watch it ever again.
Well, we can talk about the really convoluted bullshit controversies that
I don't understand anything, man.
they're freaking out because they're like, oh, Strange World didn't do so well because there was a gay character in it, and Disney's trying to corrupt our children, and the agenda is real, and the government knows it, and we're all going to die because of this mouse corporation. And now, having watched it, I mean, I didn't believe that for a second, but even after watching it, I'm like, all right, whoever made those claims, I want you to burn in hell.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, keep in mind that one scene between I'm sorry, who's the character? His son.
Is that Ethan?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Ethan. The scene with him and his mother in the cockpit. I watched that twice. That was the one scene that I felt like watching again. Because the rest of this movie it's lovely, but it's hollow.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. It rings very hollow.
Yeah. It's like a Fabergé egg.
Yeah, this whole movie, it just honestly, even if I was watching a kid, I don't think I would put it on. I'd put on Raya before this one.
Yeah.
I'd put on Raya before this one cuz like the movie wants me to feel like this is some exciting adventure, but it's not.
No.
And so I just kind of felt bored the whole time.
Yeah, and the fact that, like, yes, it's great that we finally get some gay representation in a Disney movie. Also, side note, his boyfriend is also another smash.
Look, the Finding Dory moms did it better.
They were, how long were they in that movie anyway?
like a second, a frame.
Oh my god. You really thought those people that were there for a frame were better than this couple?
I'm kidding. Actually, they were like it was a couple seconds. It was like 5 seconds maybe.
I only thought that this one got watered down a bit because of how awkward Ethan got.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys want this to be acceptable. Why? Like, I know he's a teenager, but like,
you don't gotta make him that awkward.
no. Like, Ugh.
I just kind of wish the representation was in a better movie.
Yeah, yeah. Because this is another one that they didn't promote actively until.
Yeah. If like representation like that was just in a better movie, I would feel better about it.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's in a movie that they hardly promoted, they like just like let be dead on arrival.
And it's also, I believe, it's directed by the same man as Raya and the Last Dragon and Big Hero 6.
Okay, but Big Hero 6 was good.
Yes, it was good, but this guy, he doesn't have
He had one hit.
he doesn't have the cleanest track record.
He's a one-hit wonder, I would say.
He requires a specific team of people to work with him. That's what it is.
Yeah. And Strange World just it didn't hit any marks.
No.
That's why it's like even if there is like good gay representation, it was in a not great movie.
No.
So nobody's going to see it.
Nope.
And it's like,
I would argue it's still probably not doing well on Disney Plus.
oh, I guarantee you it's not doing well on Disney Plus.
Aside from my views from yesterday.
But yeah. I mean that's really all I think about Strange World. I don't really like it that much. And it was just kind of middling the whole time. Kind of boring.
Yeah. There was actually one thing that made me very uncomfortable.
Oh, what was that?
In this strange world, everything is expected to be like alive.
Uh-huh.
Even the trees.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
breathing trees made me very uncomfortable.
Oh, it just reminds me of Last Unicorn.
Oh my god.
I don't want to see Boob Tree anymore. Get Boob Tree away from me.
No, they weren't even like boobs or anything. It's just like the trunks were breathing in and out.
Every time like I hear like like breathing tree, I'm just like, no, not the tree. Not the tree.
Now that I'm a woman.
And it's like, no.
Everything has changed.
I literally skip that scene every time I watch Last Unicorn.
I honestly just want to watch it just because of what a meme it is.
I mean, it's a great meme. It's hilarious. But also, it's weird.
I'm sorry, one more time. Now that I'm a woman. I'm sorry. Okay, we can move on.
Anyway, I put Strange World in D tier.
Okay.
Under Raya, above Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yeah.
We have it ranked pretty much the same way.
Yeah.
I put it in Ite, under Raya and the Last Dragon, and above Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yep.
And I guess before we wrap things up, there is a Wish coming up this year. Let's set up a prediction. Where do you think you're going to put it?
Hold on. Let me look at it.
I will tell you right now that it has the trailer has so many fucking like visual references to Disney movies. So I am a little concerned that it'll be a wank fest.
Okay. Oh,
Like
I already see an article titled Disney Returns to Conservative Roots.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think that at all. I mean, aside from the star thing, but okay. That didn't cross my mind, but okay.
I don't know. It does look kind of cool. With Strange World becoming the biggest Disney flop since the Black Cauldron. Ha ha ha.
Nailed it.
Ha 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 ha. That's so true.
Oh my god. But what I was going to say was, presumably her friends in this movie, her human friends, the costumes, the coloring on them, the color styling, looks very much like the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't have high hopes. So preemptively I'm probably gonna say just C tier, around Raya and the Last Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That's my expectation.
And you don't think the art style is particularly
It doesn't seem particularly interesting. It doesn't have the personality that Raya's does, nor Encanto.
Yeah, it sounds like they want to return to the style that they had with like Paperman, but I haven't heard anything suggest that it's deliberately like in that style.
Yeah.
It just sounds like they put outlines on everything.
Yeah.
And the fact that the marketing is telling us that like this story is 100 years in the making, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, Disney.
Okay.
Good for you. It's like, okay, Peepaw, time to go to bed.
People. Back in my day, we wished upon stars.
And it's like, yes, yes, Grandpa, we know. It's time for your medicine.
Don't worry, Pop. We're almost close to your room. I remember when a bottle of Coke only cost a nickel.
And it's like, yes, we know. But inflation's a thing.
Inflation's a thing, sweetie. I do think that Ariana DuBose will Dubose? Dubose.
Dubois?
Dubois?
Is that what it is? What's it spelled?
Dubose.
Bose. Oh, okay, then it's probably
Dubose.
Dubose.
This is going to be a Gal Gadot situation.
if there was an I after the O, then I would be like, it's Dubois. But
yeah, but there isn't. So
yeah.
Her. I think she's going to carry that movie musically.
Probably.
But also Alan Tudyk. He's been in every Disney animated movie since Frozen. Oh no, since Wreck-It Ralph.
Ow, jump scare.
Yeah. And this goat character, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Preemptively I'm gonna put it in C. That's my expectation. If it's good, then well, fuck me, I guess. But
if anything, I think people are freaking out most because they're bringing back a Disney villain.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, there's the guy that's like, if you'll give your wish to me, and it's Chris Pine, and I'm like, okay. I'm not making this up. Did you not watch the trailer?
I have not.
Oh my god, I should have sent it to you before we started.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, just be prepared for a lot of references. Ariana DeBose, Alan Tudyk, Chris Pine, Disney 100. It's a thing, which means I'm gonna put it in the IT tier for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it above Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah, It's between being in front or behind Raya the Last Dragon for me.
Yeah.
That's just my guess, though.
Yeah. We got, 7 months left?
Yup.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
I gotta pop my back.
Wait, how long have we been doing this? I haven't checked.
Okay,
not too long.
Yeah, it's
not the
like
longest.
2 hours.
It's an hour and a half, yeah. Okay. Still better than last time.
Still better than last time. Because it was only like 5 movies.
Yeah.
Instead of like 10.
Exactly, but I still feel like if these movies were good, we'd probably have a lot more to say. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could say more about Encanto, but
yeah,
it's fine to leave it where it is. And yeah, if only they were like better, I would have more to say.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess going from bottom to top. Want to run through?
Sure thing. In F tier, I have Ralph Breaks the Internet. D tier, Strange World. C tier, Raya and the Last Dragon. A tier, Frozen 2. And S tier, Encanto.
Beautiful. And I have nothing in the Chicken Little category. Ralph Breaks the Internet is in the dud. Strange World and Raya and the Last Dragon are in Ite. Frozen 2 is in Respect and Appreciate. And Encanto is in the Mushes tier.
This is like our most agreeable episode.
I know, I was
honestly,
about to say, like, we're very similar people.
when it comes to these movies.
Yes, when it
these
comes to
specific movies.
these mediocre movies, yes.
Yeah. I almost want to have a conversation with someone who like is like really passionate about these movies.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'll get far with anyone who's like gung ho for Strange World.
Yeah, but I mean, I would listen to someone who's like gung ho about like Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
would
there
love
is.
to see what they got out of it.
There is. I believe someone did like a whole thing about the Asian representation.
Yeah, because like I feel like it'd be cool to like hear more about it, and like see what people actually thought about it. But just in my opinion, it was just like it wasn't a movie for me. So
Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess before we get into my final question, I just have to say that I really hope that I don't feel this empty ever again. I feel like a shallow husk when talking about these movies.
I mean, fair.
This, like, I guess what I should have mentioned at the beginning is that this is the first era where I began to back away from Disney.
Yeah.
Like this is the first one that made me be like, okay, Disney, it's not my world. There are other things happening, past and present, and even future, and I want to go out and explore more, and these movies, they gave me perfect reason to.
Mm-hmm. I think last era, that was probably the one where I started kind of drifting away, watching other stuff.
What was could you pinpoint which movie made that choice for you? Or made you have that choice?
Not really. It's just kind of the whole.
It was just a vibe.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I was around that age where like I just started doing other things, getting into other stuff.
Being a teenager.
Yeah.
Which makes me a fucking weirdo because Disney never left me until basically until a certain administration happened. That's when I started backing away.
I mean, like, it hasn't like left me either. It's just I stopped being so invested.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
And this era didn't really change that for me. I'm not super invested still.
No.
But I mean, I still want a good Disney movie.
Is that too much to ask for?
Is that too much to ask? Can we just get a good Disney movie?
Can't we just get a group of people who are really, really, really passionate about something and not just trying to cater to executives?
Yes, please.
Or to social demand? Like, how about we make a gay Disney movie just 'cause?
Yeah. I literally wouldn't even care if it's like a retelling or something. I just want gay.
I just want gay.
That's so much to ask.
Apparently.
Can I get a Disney movie where it's like a healthy relationship? Please. Can I get a Disney movie where the two male friends who are like, friends aren't like super toxic to each other? Can they just be like good friends?
Yeah. Can I get a Disney movie where you keep your meta Disney reference shit out of it?
Yeah.
Like, even in Encanto, there was that jab at Let It Go.
That's true. Yes, there was. That moment pissed me off so much because the movie was doing so well. And I was like, God damn it, Lin-Manuel. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's that thing that people say about Beyonce? Oh, what is it they say? It's like Beyonce is our world and we're all just living in it.
Oh, where it's like Beyonce's the main character of our world. We're all just living in it or something.
Yeah, that's what Frozen is to Disney.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cash cow. It's still a cash cow.
Yes, it is. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, and it's still making money.
10 years. Just let that sink in for a moment.
A whole ass decade.
A whole ass decade of parents wanting to kill themselves over the song Let It Go.
And children just loving it.
Yeah, children just being like, this is great. Like,
yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think, like, what was the last Disney movie I went to go see that made me cry at a dramatic moment?
Ugh.
The most vivid one, I think, is Big Hero 6.
Yeah. I think that might be same for me. Let me just check real quick.
Because I'm sure there were moments that when I watched them for the first time, I felt like transcendental, but like with rewatches, they don't do as much for me.
Honestly, yeah, I think I agree. Big Hero 6 was like the last one where like I had like a visceral emotional reaction.
Yeah. Because like before that, like I did cry near the end of Frozen, but I am pretty pissed that they didn't let Anna stay frozen for a little longer.
Yeah.
That could have been a moment for like Elsa to break down.
Where like you like make the audience truly believe that she is gone for at least a moment.
Yeah. But they didn't let her.
No.
And that's just an era of filmmaking that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Remember when Snow White's death took like 2 minutes? Like, they wanted you to sob your goddamn heart out.
Hey, remember when they shot Bambi's mom?
Remember when they made a generation of children believe they actually saw a deer get shot on camera? When in fact that didn't happen? It was just their brains, their pretty solid little brains filling in the gaps. Because we trusted our audiences back then.
Anyway.
If anything, I hope that by the end of this, people understand why I like the Walt Disney films so much. Because,
yeah.
Say what you want about him being conservative. Say what you want about him being a Pollyanna filmmaker or whatever.
Being an ass.
Being an ass. At least he took his craft seriously.
I will give him that. I mean, I don't remember who said this, but it was like he's a conservative who like looks to the future.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that comes through. I mean, he was kind of a visionary. Even if I personally disagree with how he did things.
Yeah. I've already come to terms with the fact that if I ever did have the chance to meet him, he probably wouldn't like me.
Oh, he'd hate my ass.
Yeah.
I'm a socialist little stinker. He would hate me.
And I would be like, well, actually, no, I don't know if I want to get into that. Well, it is my podcast. Okay. So I'd be
my
like,
podcast, I make the rules.
I make the rules. Basically, if I just met him in like if I met him in the 20s and he wasn't married, I'd be like, hey.
Hey, Walt, want to make some mistakes together?
Do you want to be anti-union together?
Stop.
Do you want to call out names at the House of Un-American Activities Committee together?
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Oh my god. 100 years of magic.
All right, Peepaw, let's go to bed.
So I guess with all that, we can get to my final question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I think I'm going nuts. Okay, so how do you think the films of the We Live in a Society era influence the way that the Walt Disney Studios produces films to this day?
I'm sorry, just the fact that we called it the We Live in a Society, it's just it makes me think of this
Is it not apt?
It is, but there's this one meme that I keep thinking of where it's like society calls me gay. That has nothing to do with the question, but
I like that though.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it's like a meme on like the Joker in The Dark Knight where he has like the whole like we live in a society rant.
Yeah, well, you could also use that to explain the queer coding of Disney villains. So
Yes, that is true.
yeah, good on you.
But yeah, this whole era. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
It's the question that I ask at the end of every episode.
And I forgot.
Oh my god, we're off to a lovely start. Co-host.
Sorry, I think my Adderall's wearing off.
Oh my god. Okay. How do you think the films of the We Live in a Society era of Disney animation influence the way that the Walt Disney Studios produces films to this day?
Okay. Well, to be fair, it is literally to this day.
Yes.
Well, I'd say this whole era was defined by mediocrity
Yeah.
and I guess unclear vision too. It kind of feels like they don't really know what to do with their movies anymore. Like they have things that they want to say, but they don't know how to put it into a Disney movie, so it just ends up coming out kind of garbled.
Yeah. And in some cases they probably can't do it because it's a Disney movie.
Yeah, but they can't do it. So it's just kind of like this whole era is just kind of like there's no real winning.
Nope.
And I'd say it's gonna be a while before Disney can like kind of rebound.
Yeah.
We're kind of in the recession of Disney movies. The Disney recession, if you will.
Oh!
We should call it the Disney recession.
Yes. Well, now I feel bad because I've been calling it We Live in a Society this whole time.
I don't know. Rebrand. It's the Disney recession.
Okay. TM. Fight to the death. All right.
We'll put it as a Tumblr poll.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. I mean, you're on it. I feel like everything I could say is the only thing I could add is that it's so weird that this era began and is still ongoing with the same CEO.
I know, right?
Like Bob Iger was ready to like go into that good night, and he put Bob Chapek on the throne, and that was a grave mistake.
Yep.
And then he came back to fight DeSantis. And it sounds even upon his return, it sounds like he was very much committed to like committing to safe brands.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because that's not the Bob Iger I knew.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. This whole era is unfortunate.
Which is why I feel like a shallow husk.
Yeah.
Because just think about it. It's like when I said in the beginning that these movies feel like political statements, obviously it's no coincidence that these came out during a very turbulent time in American history.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know
That's
if
putting
I'm
it
biased.
mildly. That's putting it mildly.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know if I'm biased just because, we're living through it still.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know. Maybe the Great Depression was worse. I don't know. I mean,
The Great Disney Depression.
no, I like the Disney Recession.
The
I
Disney
like that.
Recession? Yeah, I think it's pretty
Yes.
good. I'm pretty
Yeah.
proud of that one.
Yeah. To think your Renaissance was just 30 years ago.
Yeah, like we have a Renaissance. Why can't we have a recession?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Just like any recession, there are like good points,
Yes.
Encanto,
Yes.
Frozen 2, but it always goes back down.
Yeah. I just hate that they're doing this on their centennial.
Yeah, it sucks that it's happening on the centennial.
That's just what feels the worst about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your company is so powerful that it's become like a political entity unto itself.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Disney is a monopoly.
It is a monopoly. It definitely
Yeah.
is. But I mean, like, we're going to get into this in the Golden Age rankings, but I don't know. It's just something I really love those movies because Disney, A, they weren't so powerful.
Yeah.
B, I think those were the most personal films he ever made.
Mm-hmm.
C, they were so full of beans after Snow White that it's like they were more than happy to share so many projects that were either coming off the ground within like 2 years after Snow White came out, or they would be put on the shelf and revamped like 15 years afterwards. But you could feel the enthusiasm at that time.
Yeah,
and now it's
definitely.
like
There's just not there's not the same passion anymore. And it's kind of obvious.
like Encanto definitely proves me wrong on this statement, but it just feels like, do they even want to be Disney anymore?
Yeah, it's like Encanto was like a breath of fresh air after just being stuck in like these totally mediocre movies. It's like Encanto was like, oh my gosh, that's a Disney movie. That is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
But then it was right back to
Yeah, I don't feel so good.
yeah.
I really just ugh. But on that note, that concludes this chapter on Disney Reel to Reel. Really? I think we've just got one more dark spot to get through, but after that it's sunshine and rainbows.
Yippee!
Well, and we're like 50% of the way through, so.
Yes. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I sure didn't.
I mean, I don't think that's totally fair because
No.
we always have fun.
Yeah, it is fun, but yeah, this was not the greatest.
No.
At least we agreed on this one.
Yeah, that's. We agree on shit.
That's the winner. we agreed.
Oh my god.
But all right.
All right. I guess y'all can reach out at disneyreeltoreel@gmail.com or on Instagram at disreeltoreelpodcast.
And then I'll probably be making a Tumblr page.
Okay.
Probably by next episode we'll have a Tumblr page.
Okay. That sounds like a fun creative endeavor for us.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess until next time, have a magical day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Your boyfriend's here. Time for dinner. 7 foot